My name is Lillian Molinge. I believe many of us know me. And we are here with Dr. Nduva Musyoka from AAR Medical Center at Syokimau, Naivas, Gateway Mall. So we are going to take you through a little bit of a talk on health, and then Dr. Nduva will be taking us through the exercise. So you're welcome. Open your ears, prepare your heart to learn a bit of health. Today is World Health Day. Do you remember? Yes. So welcome, Dr. Nduva, for this exercise.
Thank you so much. Destiny Church, good morning. Praise Jesus. We are feeling so honored and appreciated by you guys inviting us here. We thank you so much, and we love your energy. Muendelee hivyo. Thank you.
Okay. So, Dr. Nduva, you have said you are from AAR. Please tell us, who is AAR?
AAR is a healthcare system. AAR stands for African Rescue, Air Rescue. It was initiated back in the 80s. So moving forward, AAR has 21 outpatient clinics, which are located all over the country, with the majority being in Nairobi. Currently, AAR Syokimau is located at Gateway Mall, as Lillian has explained. Today we've come with the whole team. I think you've seen, we've come heavy. Yes. Yeah, so we offer all services in medical care, and this is in management of pediatrics, in management of obstetrics and gynecologists. We also do referral systems to different hospitals. We also offer rescue services. In this, I mean, in case you might be in need of an ambulance or get an emergency when you're at home, you might call our rescue team and they will respond immediately.
Okay. Thank you so much for enlightening us about AAR. At this point, we want to narrow it down. Medical field is wide, but today we'll focus on one major condition called hypertension. And so would want to request Dr. Nduva just to explain to us, what is hypertension?
Hypertension, as it is, it's two words, hyper and tension, yes? Hyper meaning high, and tension meaning pressure. Basic language, sindio? Now, hypertension is not as simple as most of you might think. Hypertension is classified, and this is by the American Heart Association, which gives it a range. I think we all know about hypertension in terms of the normal values are 120/80. So hypertension is measured in systolic and diastolic pressure. This is pressure that is used to pump the blood out the heart through the aorta to the rest of the body, and the amount of pressure that is used to relax it at the same time. So diastolic is the upper limit, and the systolic is the upper limit, sorry, and diastolic is the lower limit. So normal range, it should be 120/80, according to the latest guidelines by the American Heart Association. Two, you might, we have what we call pre-hypertensives. These are people who range between 121 to 129 in systolic and 80 to 89 in diastolic. So we call them pre-hypertensives in that classification. And then class number 3 is stage 1 hypertension, which was revised. It's from 131 to 139. These are stage 1 hypertensives, and systolic is more than 90. For stage 2 is anything above 140 and diastolic of anything above 90, okay? So moving forward, we also have what we call hypertensive crisis. You've heard of situations where patients come to the hospital and maybe their pressure is 200 over 120. Those ones, we call them hypertensive crisis, okay? Yeah, so I'll take you back a bit on the prevalence so that you can get the severity of hypertension. Hypertension is, so many people associate it with a lot of stigma. The World Health Organization says that 7.8 million deaths were attributed to hypertension. The number one leading cause of death in the world is what we call cerebrovascular disease. And hypertension is a risk factor to that. With cerebrovascular disease, you hear of things like heart attacks. You've heard of heart attacks, yes? Yes, this is maybe myocardial infarction. You've heard of strokes. We have ischemic stroke. We have cerebrovascular accidents that happen like that.
Okay. Now, you have wondered, what is cerebrovascular accident? Okay. In simple terms, he has said stroke, okay?
Yes.
Just stroke, where somebody sleeps and they don't wake up, okay? Now, you have said about the disease itself. Who are affected? What age group should one be concerned about hypertension?
So hypertension, unlike most people think it's an old man disease, it's not. Currently, the statistics stand at the age of 25 to 55 is where we are getting most hypertensives, as early as that. And in this case, men are more prevalent in this age between 25 and 55 to getting hypertension. Women have what we call estrogen, which is cardioprotective to some sort, but also you find that most of daily activities, for example, inactivity. Inactivity these days is, you can call it driving, yes? People don't walk anymore. Anywhere you want to go to the shop, you have to drive your vehicle to the shop, even if it's 2 meters away. Yeah, so these are the people who are mostly at risk. Secondly, we have hypertension also classified as primary and secondary. Primary means it falls between 25 and 35. There was nothing prior to that. Secondary means you have to have something that predisposes you to that. That might be things to do with maybe diabetes, things to do with hyperlipidemia, which is high cholesterol. You've heard of that, yes? Are we awake? Ama tumepotea? Yeah, so everyone is at risk. It does not choose poverty or wealth. Everyone is at risk. And the biggest challenge you have is most of the people, when they come to the clinic and let's say they've spiked a pressure, we also have what we call white coat syndrome, which now when you come there, you're too anxious, your BP shoots, and then you never want to come back to the hospital. So we always note these things and we relax you and try to keep you calm at least and talk to you, tell you it's normal to be anxious. But again, coming back to hypertension itself, all of us are at risk. And things to do with lifestyle modification, because that is also part of treatment, as I discussed, you find that we always want you to be as active as possible. Do exercises every day, at least even it's 30 minutes, and make it a routine, not today and then you disappear for a whole month. You don't have to sign up to the gym. You can work out from your house, you can go for a walk, you can go for a jog, okay? Secondly, we always want to look at people who are at risk. Sometimes you have pregnant ladies and you've heard of hypertension in pregnancy, yes? So these are people who are also at risk. So regular screening helps us to be able to capture this group and put them on the right treatment, okay?
Okay, thank you very much. Now we know. Now tell us, you have said everybody can be sick. No, none is exempted, regardless of the age from 25. How do you get to know you have hypertension?
I'll start on a silent note. You've heard of a silent killer, yes? Hypertension is that. It just, one day you're just not okay. Either you stand up and collapse, either you get a stroke, okay, or a heart attack. So what we always recommend is once you're 25 and above, I'm going to speak this for the adult community because we also have issues in pediatrics, okay? So once you're 25 and above, we always recommend for regular checkups. regular checkup for your BP. You can just walk in and have your BP checked. If there is anything off with it, we will let you know the BP is off. You remember, we went through the classification, yes? What is normal? Less than. You start with less than 128. That is what is normal, eh? Anything above that, we start the conversation. So everyone should be able and be in a position to get their BP checked.
Tell us, is there a cure?
Well, it's a yes and a no question, yes? So what I can say is hypertension, depending with the classification and which type of hypertension you have and which comorbidities, hypertension is managed. Okay? Once you have by management, I mean, for example, people who fall under the class of pre-hypertensive. This is, if you remember, it was 129 to 121 to 1. Yes. Those people, we don't necessarily have to put them on medication. We do what we call lifestyle modification. Okay? In lifestyle modification is we discuss with you your diet. We start with that. You know the African culture and diet. Eh? You go all in. So we discussed diet. We discussed the amount of cholesterol. We also discussed things to do with inactivity. You have to be active. You have to be active. You cannot always have excuses. You cannot be a procrastinator of life, yes? You have to be active. You'll tell me, oh, I left at work at 6, I got at traffic 2 hours, I got home at 9, I have to eat dinner, I have to turn in my assignment, I have to do... Those are excuses. You can always do a workout for 30 minutes. Even if it's in the office before you leave, you know you'll find traffic. Why not start in the office, yes? Have I answered you?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I think we have gotten enlightened on what hypertension is, okay? So at this time, I would want to invite Dr. Nduva just to share with us. You are saying they're here today, a big team. Just what is it all about today, AR being here? Just briefly.
Thank you so much. AR being here, first of all, we want you guys to know we are also present. As you, Destiny Church, are also present in Syokimau, yes? You have a following. I think we'll also generate ours. Eh? So we are here to create awareness about our services. We are here to enlighten you about beneficial health strategies that you can take to improve your lifestyle. One, let me go on a bit of a monologue. I would want you to know of something called hypertensive screening first, before I even enlighten the rest of the services. Hypertensive screening is, hypertension affects almost every single organ in your body. And this is why we need to take it with a lot of seriousness and urge. Hypertension affects almost everything. So, moving forward, we have something we call hypertensive screening. This starts with the basics as vitals, where we take your BP, we take your oxygen saturation, we take your temperature, we start from there. You qualify as a pre-hypertensive or a stage 1 hypertensive or a stage 2 hypertensive or even a hypertensive crisis, yes? So from there are a number of tests. We have to do a test in regards to your thyroid, yes? All of us know what a thyroid is, yes? Thyroid is a gland that is found around your neck that is responsible for everything, almost everything in your body. So if you have hyperfunction of the thyroid, it might stimulate norepinephrine, and this will vasoconstrict your vessels, and then your pressure goes up. I'm trying to be as layman as I can.
Thank you very much, Daktari. We don't want to go to the medical jargon. Every field has their own jargon. You'll excuse us for the jargon. That one we shall do another day.
Yes.
We want to appreciate a lot of what you have shared with us. I believe we have gotten some insight on hypertension and what we need to do. So, in 2 words, give us your parting shot. 2 words.
Thank you. I'll try to use 2 words. Yeah, so we have our tracks outside. And you've seen our ambulance. Currently, we are doing BP monitoring, sugar check. We are doing your BMI, because obesity is also a predisposing factor to hypertension. Yeah, so all those services are there if you want to question further about hypertension, if you want to question further about AAR, we are here. And thank you so much for the invite and for hosting us. We are looking forward to the service.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.